Joe Reilly here from National Drug Screening. Welcome to our video blog series. My next guest is from Colorado, and I'm going to ask him, do people cheat on a drug test? And I'm going to ask him about fake urine. Welcome back to the NDS video blog series. I have my special guest, Chuck Marting. How you doing, Chuck?
Joe, how are you?
Chuck is with Colorado Mobile Drug Testing out in Colorado.
Yes, sir.
Chuck, tell us a little bit about the business.
Well, we have two offices in Colorado. We have the Denver office and we have Northeast Colorado. We cover pretty much the whole state.
Wow.
But drug testing is alive and well, as you know, and
good.
Having to go out and to cater to the needs of your clients, being able to do it mobily has been a big part of our business, and that's what we do.
Absolutely. That saves people money and everything. Here's the big question. There's two big questions I wanted to ask you about.
Okay.
One is, do people cheat on drug tests?
On a daily basis.
On a daily basis.
Between our two offices right now, and I know just because we're in Colorado, a lot of people are probably going to say, well, yeah, you're in Colorado, but even before recreational marijuana, we're getting anywhere from 5 to 10 specimens a day usually in our offices on synthetic urine. So we've gotten really good at catching people using synthetic urine.
So you're telling me 5 to 10 a day between the two offices, you got fake urine?
Fake urine.
What do you do with all that fake urine?
I've got 3 Quest boxes full of it right now. So when we go to reasonable suspicion training, I'm able to put this out on a table to show our supervisors exactly what it is that people come into their facility with, or why a supervisor should let somebody go to their car or leave them for any reason, because they're going to go and get this stuff.
Right, and that's why when they get picked for a random test, they got to go straight there.
Straight there.
You know, exactly. A lot of people think you got an hour.
Yeah, that's a big, crazy thing. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of it just DER is not understanding that part of it.
So what are the top 2 things, if you're training collectors, drug test collectors, that you would emphasize to them to be able to spot fake urine?
The biggest thing that I would tell you is the first thing when they're walking in, to watch their body language, how they're coming through the door. The second is listening to what's going on in that restroom. Okay? If you're hearing something that doesn't sound right, then tell them that. Tell them what you're seeing. The other thing is if you're hearing things and you go in there, the temperature's off, things like that, don't be afraid to tell somebody, hey, look, this is what I'm seeing, and this is what's going on. Did you bring something into the restroom that you need to tell me about?
Okay.
I can tell you right now, it's in the delivery method and how you to talk to people. We have people giving it to us all the time.
So they admit it?
They admit to it.
Okay. And then what? They have to do another test?
Well, at that point, if it's a DOT test, we're done.
Okay.
Okay, because now they've admitted to giving us an adulterant.
If they admit to cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what if they just say, I don't know what you're talking about?
Well, a lot of times it's either in talking to an individual. If they give it to you, then great. Yeah. If they don't, we've taught our collectors the same thing. Okay, that's fine. What we're going to do is we'll go ahead and put this one to the side. We're going to need you to give me another test, because this one I can't send in because it's a suspected adulterated specimen. And we tell them, we'll send in both, and they'll be able to tell if they came from the same person. And usually when you do that, they're done, because they know.
So what's special about that second test?
Well, that second test, at that point, if it's DOT, it's going to be observed, obviously, and it's going to be right now. It's not going to be something where we're going to go start a reasonable or a time that they're going to be sitting out there for shy bladder,
right?
Because they haven't made a second attempt yet.
Okay.
So we package up that first one, and as soon as we're done, we're going right into the second one with them.
Okay.
So they don't have time to go out there and change or do any of that stuff.
Okay. Great information, Chuck, about people cheating on the drug test, about fake urine. Just switch gears a little bit. I was driving up here to Jacksonville. We're at the National Drug and Alcohol Screening Conference, and I was listening to your podcasts on a variety of subjects. So tell us a little bit about that.
Clearing the Haze podcast was a podcast that I started because I saw a great need in our industry of just keeping information within our circle. Questions that people were calling and asking, or people calling and saying, hey, Chuck, have you run into this? And then giving them that information. And I wanted to have a tool that would be able to go out and benefit everybody in our industry, including our employers. So we talk on topics that collectors run into, our employers run into, trying to help everybody within this industry become better at what they do and give them that education that they
So
need.
what's the feedback, and are you getting a lot of listeners?
We're getting a lot of listeners. We have people as far away as Australia that have been listening.
Nice.
We've had inquiries from people. We've had people call us and ask, you know, hey, can you guys talk about this specific subject, because they're having to deal with that in their area. Okay. So it's been wonderful, and podcast keeps growing, and it's becoming better and better all the time. We've had guests like yourself on there.
Yep.
And it's something that our industry truly needed, was that ability to just keep passing information on.
Okay, so real quick, Chuck, we're running out of time here. Where do they find the podcast, and how do they get a hold of Chuck Marting at Colorado Mobile Drug Testing?
So if you want to listen to the podcast, it's on Apple or iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on all the major podcast broadcasting systems. It's called Clearing the Haze. If you're wanting to get a hold of me specifically, you can do so at chuck.coloradomdtesting@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can and help you out any way I can.
Perfect. Thanks so much for your time,
Thanks,
Chuck,
Joe.
and enjoyed doing the video with you. And remember, you can find more great videos at nationaldrugscreening.com.